Yes, we do carry the Francis Schaeffer series. Where are you calling from? Sydney, Nova Scotia? No, I'm not sure about the length. Let me transfer you to our church consultant. May I have your name, please? Clinton will be able to tell you about the format. Yes, just hold the line a moment, please.
Yes, we have a number of topics that would be suitable for youth retreat. When is it? Ooh, next week. We better get on that right away. Where on Vancouver Island are you located? Is that closer to Victoria or to Nanaimo? We do have a library located in Duncan. Would you like me to give you the telephone number there?
Now let me get this straight. Your church wants to change your payment plan from monthly to quarterly? I'm sure we can do something here. I'm just bringing your account up on the screen now. You've added to your regular shipment twice in the past year. Well, I hear you. You need to spread the payments out. Well, tell us what you think you can manage and let me see what we can do.
Well, Pastor, in order to keep the Ortiz series for another month, we'll need to adjust the number of videos in your next shipment. Now, that's not a problem. I just want to check. Sure, how about we adjust the children's series this month by, say, 4 videos and then bring up the program in the next shipment.
Video is changing our world. Many pastors and Christian educators are getting invaluable assistance from the medium of video. You may have changed some of your ministry programs because of video. Crown Video Canada has been making quality video programs available for some time now. Along with providing innovative and affordable ways to obtain products, Crown has always been concerned with how video can be used most effectively. Because video is simply a tool, the people who use it are of prime importance to us. This presentation is simply another means through which we hope to be of help to you. In the next few minutes, we hope to stimulate your vision, to help you realize where video might be appropriate and how to best use it in your church program. Video can become the catalyst to increase the life-changing results of your efforts. Let's look together at a few situations where video is serving well and talk with some key people about how they use video.
Whenever I'm asked about a new method or a new program, my first concern is always, how will this help the church to do what it was meant to do, to become what it was meant to become? Because the church is not a business that has a product to sell. It's not even a school where you have experts who know all the answers and they're trying to train the rest. But it is a body where the development and maturing and life of each individual member is dependent upon each other, where the individual member must minister in order to grow and must be ministered to in order to grow. Paul presents a model of this in Ephesians chapter 4, where he indicates that God initiates the church, gifts individual members, in order that the church, that the people of the church might become mature and complete in Christ. Now, no new method, whether it's video or computers or organization, is going to do that. If video is to have a place in that process at all, it will only be as it helps the people of the church in that spiritual process. God's work in the church will always be done with people and not machinery.
Of course, the maturing process can be directed effectively at the very early learning stages. Let's look in on an early childhood group and see how their learning is being guided. Teaching Christian principles to these young minds occurs best when immediately related to their everyday experiences. Caring teachers use the symbols and objects with which the child is familiar to demonstrate God's love and care. Then he's shown how he can respond to God within these everyday kinds of experiences. The average child is accustomed to learning much through the TV screen. Selected segments of Christian video programs can be introduced into these church school times to effectively capture young minds. While video is not replacement for excellent teachers, it becomes a ready tool and often provides a brief time for the teacher to regather his resources for the next few moments of intense teaching input and guidance.
As a Christian education consultant, I am concerned that video is collected for the church with a good sense of planning and purpose. The core of any Christian education program is the dedicated people who extend their care and experience in helping others on to maturity. In the process, they themselves are enriched. The effectiveness of such teachers is enhanced by the tools with which they are equipped. Video is becoming quickly one of the most effective ways to communicate because learners tend to retain best what they both hear and see. Because of the wide array of video resources available, discernment is needed to decide which of these ought to be permanently available to teachers and which can effectively and more economically be provided on a rental or lease basis for a shorter period of time. Standard and timeless fare are the many dramatized Bible narratives, some most suitable for children and others providing documentary types of setting for the more mature minds to get behind meanings of the original events to which the Word of God speaks. These should be systematically collected and purchased as a permanent resource. Other fine teaching series on particular books of the Bible or theological issues, themes, and social issues will be used on a less regular basis throughout a well-planned cycle of teaching. These could be ordered in advance of the particular time of use on a temporary basis and reordered as needed. There will be some outstanding video personalities or topics which prove by repeated demand to be classics. When that becomes obvious, then these should be purchased as part of a permanent accessible resource to the congregation. Video is certainly not a new method or replacement program in the church, but it can become a very fine encouragement to those things which you are already doing.
Adult study groups are a primary application for video with hundreds of outstanding teaching personalities available. Authorities on most vital areas of Christian faith and practice can be brought visually into the classroom. Many of the series are designed for this purpose, with short sections of lecture interspersed with intervals for discussion and group interaction. When an adult teacher prepares to teach with the aid of a video counterpart, he can concentrate less on communicating the details of the subject at hand and more on how to help and encourage his group to respond and integrate the teaching into their lives. Another advantage is that the teacher can select exactly the length of the lecture he wishes to use and know that the communication at important points will not be rushed or interrupted. As in all teaching, the response and application parts of the class are where the life-changing moments primarily occur. Video teaching can help control the flow of discussion so that these valuable opportunities can be carefully preserved. The use of video in the youth group is much more than simply turning on a VCR and letting it run. Planning the session demands that the youth leader be thoroughly familiar with the video and how to present it to the group. Providing a context in which young people might normally watch a TV screen can be important. Most important, though, is knowledge of the issues and planning a way to follow up immediately with guided group interaction. Find ways for the young people to discuss the issues comfortably among themselves. Be sure to use all the peer influence you can in challenging and supporting those individuals who are ready to make changes in their lives.
As a youth pastor, I find that I have to be careful how I use video within my group. I think more than any other group in the church, this group is vulnerable to the effects of video. They watch a lot of television, so if I use video, it has to be something that's really worthwhile and effective. Now, some of today's speakers which are geared towards youth are available on video. And I find that when I use these, the kids are willing to sit there and listen. Oftentimes the speakers are able to say things a lot more strongly than I would ever dare to say. And no one ever talks back to a video. They sit and listen. What really excites me is when I see some of my kids helping each other sort things out. A challenging video needs that kind of personal touch afterward, and I'm very encouraged when I see kids meeting that need, meeting each other's needs.
Our youth group is, well, it's really pretty small. And being out in a country setting, a lot of times we sense that our kids feel quite isolated. And well, video, I believe, has really helped them to see that there are other teens out there who struggle too in their Christian lives and in their walk. And I also really believe that it helps them to look ahead with excitement, because there are others out there who are making it.
Video has been very helpful to us as sponsors as well. Many times we feel very inadequate or unqualified for some of the questions or the situations the youth get themselves into. But we know we can turn to a video, and some super counselor on it can speak to the youth better than what we could speak to the youth, and we just make that need fit into their lives.
The medium of video is ideal for small group situations. Unlike film showings where a large number of viewers are needed to justify rental fees, video is both affordable and easy to use with common household equipment. Bringing a celebrity video personality into a small group situation by way of the familiar TV set is almost as intimate as inviting another guest into your living room. Many of the video study programs designed for small groups have printed study materials available. More and more writers of popular study and discussion books are producing video cassettes to complement their courses. This excellent combination of printed and video materials provides structure and guidance to individual study groups. The additional dynamic provided by the presence of the author enhances the effectiveness and impact of these materials. Here again, video can become an authoritative catalyst for meaningful group interaction. The pastor or Christian education director can quickly become familiar with the content and flavor of these courses through a quick video preview, and so have a more complete picture of their potential application, as he recommends them to various small groups within the church community.
We've had a lot of good Bible studies at home before, and I've thoroughly enjoyed those. The video's added a new dimension. I think it has anyway.
Well, Harry, this series is helping us a lot now.
And in fact, we're watching the one on the family right now. And that's one that we really wish we'd have had around when the kids were young and they were at home at that time.
What do you mean, Harry? It's still helping the kids. Karen with her young family, for instance, I go and take a video to her the next day after we've had our discussion group, and she says it's helping them a lot.
And you know, there's really a lot of good video around. As a matter of fact, we're picking up a couple every week from the church, and just for something to do in the evenings, we put them in and we watch them.
Oh, it's a whole lot better than watching that other stuff out there.
Individual study is a practical application of video. People can be encouraged to pursue their interests independently with a more involving medium than the printed page or audio tape. This may be particularly practical where a new Christian needs a substantial amount of information to help him along. Here the basics can be carefully explained using video in a very important and personal way. Shut-ins can experience some of the same video teaching being enjoyed in group settings in their own home. People with special concerns may find an avenue of interaction through video which will enable them to cope more easily with the challenges that confront them.
I'm the kind of person that likes to have long discussions about all kinds of topics, although I can't always find someone who wants to talk about the things I want to talk about. I read a lot of books and articles, but I like the video because it's like somebody's right there in front of me. Of course, I'm just listening, but it feels like there's real interaction with somebody right there. I watch a lot of Christian video. There's something about every kind of topic, from the Bible to Christian faith to theology and stuff. I've learned a lot, and I think I'm a better person for it.
The pastor's study is the setting for many valuable counseling sessions. Often the pastor finds himself repeating the same basic materials to couples or individuals facing common problems. While there can be no substitute for his concerned listening and personal direction, helpful understanding of the issues can be gained through detailed video sessions with experts in the area. Many helpful seminars are also available on video. This can offer encouragement as one comes to realize that his problems are not unlike those of many other people. It can also help by encouraging individuals to become less dependent upon the pastor as the sole source of emotional support and direction. Some problems are best dealt with in the non-threatening security of the home. Here, the video personality can speak very directly. The viewer can stop the video when he no longer wishes to listen, or he can repeat the material as often as he finds useful. Video can then be a readily available catalyst in the often lengthy process of healing. I'm sure you've discovered by now that Christian video is an essential tool and most effective in many of your ministry programs. Crown Video Canada is concerned that you are harnessing this medium in the most helpful way as you motivate and train your people towards Christian maturity. That's why we've worked with churches to develop efficient systems to make Christian video affordable and available all across our country. Now it's imperative that we work together to maximize the effect of what you're already doing. Video doesn't replace teachers or careful planning. It's simply an efficient and manageable catalyst to get the job done well. I'm sure there are several ways that Crown Video Canada can assist you in your ministry. As we continue to work closely with churches, learning from their successes and problems, testing new products and ideas, we can assist you with planning and financing and refining the fruitfulness of your efforts. Crown Video Canada is as close as your telephone and anxious to help. Call us. We appreciate the opportunity to share these moments with you. Thank you, and God bless. Shannon.